guys, welcome back to GDS Academy, and our topic for today is bank reconciliation statement. I made a video on this sometimes ago, but one way or the other it got missing on the net, so I have to redo it again in a better way. So this is our objective for today. We'll be discussing what bank statements is, the bank reconciliation statement, and the reasons for the disagreement between the cash book and the bank statement with their effect. So bank statement, you can say it is the book or it is the document in which the bank prepares to show the transaction between it and its customers. It is the book that prepares to show your transaction. As a matter of necessity, the balances of cash book and bank statements must be equal. But at a given date, the balance of the cash book is unlikely to agree with the balances on the bank statement due to certain reasons, which I'll be explaining later. That is the reasons for the disagreement between cash book and bank statement. So when there's a difference between the balances, there's a need for reconciliation. So that will bring me to bank reconciliation statement. Bank reconciliation statements can be defined as the statement that is prepared to reconcile the disagreement of the cash book and bank statement. The reconciliation is necessary in order to test the accuracy of the posting in the cash book by reconciling the balance of cash book with that of the bank statement. So the next on our list is to move to the disagreement between cash book and bank statements. The first one is unpresented check. You can say there are checks issued or drawn out in favor of somebody or a customer rather, but have not been withdrawn from the bank as at the time of the preparation of the bank statement. So this is what happens when we have an unpresented check. The cash book, because you have notes, unpresented check, it has been recorded on the cash book, but it has not been reflected on the bank statement. So the balance of the cash book will be less than the balance of the bank statement, and the check can be deleted. As a result of that, the firm created the cash book with the check issue out. It reduces, like I said earlier, it reduces the bank of the balances of the cash book because it has not been debited or deducted from the bank statement. So the balance of to correct this, that's for the unpresented check, you will add it back to the cash book. So the next on our list is uncorrected check. There are checks received and entered on the debit side of the cash book, but have not been entered in the bank statement due to the lateness, or the bank statement had been prepared before the check were paid in. So for this one, the check has been received, has been debited on the cash book, but has not been reflected in the bank statement. So the effect here is the cash book will show the balance, that the bank statement will have more balance. The balance of the balance of the bank statement will be higher than that of the cash book. So in order to correct this, you deduct it from the cash book. You deduct uncorrected share from the cash book. That's the solution to it. Then our next on the line is dividend. The effect of dividend. So dividend, it is the part of the profit for shares held by a customer paid directly into his bank account. You can hear the word paid directly to the bank account. That means it has not been reflected on the cash book. Therefore, in order to solve this, you just add your dividend back to your cash book. That's the best way, because it has been reflected on the standing order. It is an order made by a customer to the bank to make regular payment to a certain organization. So an example of a standing order is, for example, you ordering the bank or making an order for the bank to make payments for you every month for your, maybe your NEPA bills, Loma or whatever. Or it can also be used, you can also order your bank to make payments for your higher purchase installments, which can be weekly or quarterly. Note, this will be made, the deduction will be made directly from the bank, so it is not included in your cash book. So in order to balance it up, you have to deduct it from your cash book. In order to reconcile it with your bank statement, you deduct it from your cash book. Then the next is dishonored check. Dishonored check, these are checks received from customer paid in by the firm, but were rejected by the bank as a result of wrong signature incorrect amount or different amounts in words and figure, etc. So the dishonest check has not been reflected in the cash book, and for us to correct this, it must be deducted from the cash book. Why? Because it was previously added to the cash, so you have to deduct it back in order to reconcile it with your cash book. And note, some of the reason why you guys don't really grab this is because you do not understand the term of all this. That's the reason I have to put this first. Then perhaps in our next class I'll be dealing with calculation. So for this is just theory. So I'm dealing with the theoretical aspect of bank reconciliation statement. Credit transfer. These are the payments made by the customer of the firm directly into their bank account without the awareness of the firm, such as you selling a goods to a customer, or one of your debtors decide to pay the money owed directly to. So in order for you to effect this, you add it to your cash book because it has been added to your bank statement directly. That's the only way you can solve this. Then there are various reasons why the cash book and the bank statement will not agree. So stay tuned as I continue. And in the process, something to kindly list is bank charges and interest. So there are the charges made by our bank, for example, such as maintenance of our smart card. That's an example of our bank charges. And note, you know that it is not being recorded in our cash book. So in order to do this, you deduct it from our cash book in order to balance with our bank statement. The next is the error made by the bank. And the error made by the bank, it all depends. It could be some error to warrants that you add and some warrants that you deduct. It all depends. For an example now, Media Concert paid in a sum to his bank on January 12th, and this is credited to Ogun's in error. So the bank, that's the error by the bank. The bank will have to do the corrections themselves by crediting the days and doing the other necessary corrections by them. And then the next is undercasting and overcasting of the cash book balance. This one also depends. If you are undercasting the receipt side of the cash book, then you have to add it to the cash book. But if you are overcasting the receipt side of the cash book, you have to deduct it. Then for the other one, which is the payment aspect, if you are undercasting the payment aspect, then what do? You add. Then if you overcast the payment aspect, you deduct. That's really all about that. And as for direct debit and direct credit, you can see it is an arrangement whereby a person's account is credited with a sum of money as the instance of a debtor with the owner's prior permission. So for direct credit, you will add it. This has to do with the bank now. You will add it to the cash book. Therefore, the direct debit is an arrangement whereby a person is debited with a sum of money. So you deduct it from the cash book. So all of this explanation will become clearer to you on our next video when we go into a problem and we solve it. So before you go, kindly like and subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you can get notified whenever we upload our next video on bank reconciliation statement. Thank you very much and stay tuned. Bye.